Rob Matacchione, good friend and regular guest on the program, CEO and board chair of a company called Novo Integrated, stock symbol NVOS. And of course, he was the first person to talk to us about decentralized healthcare, and things keep on moving down the road with Novo. Just wanted to bring him back to say a quick hello again and keep up with the story. Rob, how are you, sir? Good to see you. Happy Easter.
Yeah, thank you. Happy Easter to you guys, and great to see Mike in full form.
Yeah, exactly. No kidding.
Are you married, Rob?
I am.
Oh, okay.
I liked it so much I did it twice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll be there for the third one.
Can't wait to have you emceeing that one, Mike.
Okay.
Yeah, you start doing that, you start getting clients. I'm telling you right now.
Right here.
Hey, Rob, catch us up. What's the latest on med technology in the future of healthcare that you guys are creating and products and so on and so forth?
It's all right now about integration, right? A couple episodes ago, we talked about AI, and that's taking a front row seat on how integration occurs and how we start to maneuver healthcare through the patient, let's say, practitioner experience. We learned a lot through COVID. We lived it together. It was great to be a part of the dialogue. But now it's what happens going forward, and that integration by way of AI and maintaining that decentralized approach so that you take healthcare and wellness with you wherever you go, wherever that experience may lead you.
Hey, Rob, a question that we've talked about in the past is preventive healthcare versus let's say preventive non-reactive healthcare. Talk about where we are in terms of that, in terms of decentralized healthcare.
Yeah, Sully, it's and this is a very traditional approach, right? If we could understand healthcare from the perspective of how we stay healthy, then healthcare becomes less impactful down the road when it's required, right? And from our perspective, products are important. How we apply those products, how we use those products, that's where we interface technology to understand a customized and personalized experience. For far too long, the approach to products has been very broad. It's not really a personalized experience. And we've tried to take that to another level with the advent of iodine and different applications of iodine technology and creating this very personal experience to product solutions.
Rob, you mentioned the word technology, and how important is that to increasing that, even though it's decentralized, kind of like that one-on-one approach you guys are aiming for?
Yeah, technology is everything. And it's really technology from both facets of it, right? Whether it's the practitioner or whether it's the consumer himself, the patient, it's important that technology play that functional role. We see it everywhere. We've done amazing things in our present era with respect to technology, how we integrate it socially, how we're doing even this now, right? And we have to continue to embrace it in healthcare. And part of that is on the regulatory side, making sure that the new technologies that make ease of use that much more important and that much more available to us are adopted and put into play over months as opposed to decades. It seems like it takes forever to get something approved within the regulatory bodies. And yet we saw through COVID that they can get things done pretty quick if they want to.
Hey, Rob, by the way, Rob Matacchione, CEO, board chairman of Novo Integrated, NVOS is our stock symbol. Talk about the product side of things. Talk about being able to plug a device into a computer or a phone and talk about where that's going.
We're now into the next evolution of virtual healthcare. And that's where we really refine the experience so that we feel even more intimate to the practitioner as we're experiencing it as patients. And some of that is peripheral based, how we interact, the devices, how deep their analysis of us as patients is actually able to be utilized. And those technologies are the next evolution. That's where AI plays a big part too. And so we're focused heavily on extending that technology. Virtual healthcare now is something of the past, so to speak. Everyone knows about it. Everyone, if you don't, you weren't living on this planet. And so what's the next step? And that next step is really enhancing that experience and making the physical visit even less necessary than the virtual one is right now.
Hey, Rob, you mentioned AI a couple times, actually. Can you just give me a deep dive into what that looks like for a patient and a doctor and where that AI plays into it?
Sure. I think AI plays the preface role, right? Where you're sitting there and you're having your experience. And think of a doctor that has access to every single literature ever written on any issue, any healthcare concern. That's really what this quantum computing and AI is all about, accessing data at a rate that we as humans just can't. The best doctors in the world, and there's many fabulous doctors, just cannot harness the information the way our technologies can. And that's really what this does. It creates that really in-depth understanding of what you're experiencing through question and answer sessions. And that data that this machine can access is phenomenal. And then once we're able to zero in on what we're actually feeling through this tool, we then bring in the professional to create that human element, the element that is in healthcare. It's not all about just science, right? It's about sometimes it's a feeling that you get, right? My wife sometimes says to me, I'm just not feeling good. And I ask her what's wrong. And she's like, I'm just not right. And so that's where the doctor's experience, that
Sure.
individual that's touched people can come into play and really focus in on what the problem is.
Hey, Rob, lastly, you talked about the touch the people, the tactile thing. Every time we run a doctor friend, first thing you do is start touching you. I mean, every doctor I know is so tactile. Are we missing that with respect to decentralized healthcare, or is this sort of an addition to standard healthcare, as we understand it?
I think, Sully, it's they're touching us in a different way. Technology touches you by way of some of the tools in a more formal fashion, right? We're able to garner with certain sensors and things like that below the skin level, where, to your point, a doctor would typically have to feel his way through some of the equation. Now, this technology, putting on a device, reading certain things and frequencies that are occurring in your body that tell the doctor by way of data the same thing that his fingers used to be able to do, right?
His name is Rob Mattichione. Rob, thanks so much. We're still going to get you into San Diego at some point, pal. We'll talk very soon. Rob Mattichione, CEO and board chair, Novo Integrated, NVOS. NVOS is their stock symbol. Check out their website.